Are you ready to avoid the pain of repeating the same old patterns by managing red flags so you can start your journey towards a secure, soulful relationship with a man eager to take it to the next level with you? Ever felt like you are a magnet for the wrong kind of partner, or perhaps you drop someone at the first hint of imperfection? All this sucks because it's gonna be hard to create a secure relationship if you struggle with this. You will wind up in trauma bonds with people that attract you strongly, but the relationships wind up being terrible, or you will wind up sabotaging potentially great relationships and missing out on good prospects. Guess what? I'm about to share with you a new way of looking at the red flags in ways that will help you feel confident about your choices. Stay with me because in just a minute I'm going to reveal the one red flag that's often mistaken for passion, but is actually a warning signal you can't afford to ignore. Let's clarify the mistakes you may be making, which actually keeps you stuck in perpetuating the same old relationship patterns over and over again. Let's make sure you avoid this from now on. A lot of you fall victim to fatal attraction. You know the kind. You're seduced by the same traits that will be devastating to the relationship later. For instance, you fall for quiet, silent types who trigger your nurturing instincts like, I can't fix his wounds with my love. While it's true, a part of this man craves this nurturing from you, there will be another part of him that will rebel against your controlling nature when he perceives your nurturing as an invasion of his independence. That is because he hasn't healed and integrated these parts of himself. Or perhaps some of you experience the following. You're cool, calm, and collected, minding your own business, living the best life, going to yoga retreats, traveling with your single friends, when he enters your life. Although you tell yourself that you will not fall in love too quickly, here he comes into your life strongly. The gentleman does everything to prove to you that he's worthy of your undivided attention. Well, just when you start falling for him, he starts creeping backwards, reducing his efforts, stating that he wants to take it slow and see where it goes. This is just super annoying. I'm totally angry for you because his words and actions don't add up. I talk a lot about this particular situation in my other videos, so subscribe to make sure you get them. But for now, let's stick with the topic of red flags and how you can manage them. There is one other major mistake many women make. A lot of you become so hyper-vigilant that everything is a red flag, missing out on potentially great connections. And worse, you view every new partner through the lens of past traumas. It may be from childhood, like when your emotional needs were not met or you've experienced abuse. Or it can be from previous relationships when you keep meeting the same kind of man that can't love you in the ways you need them to love you. You wind up with a lot of heartbreaks. So when all this is in play, you never really give this new person a chance because you're compelled to stay stuck in the perceived safety of singledom. Another common mistake, a lot of you overlook your own needs and boundaries, convincing yourself that you can fix your partner or that you don't deserve better. This self-sacrificing mindset is a red flag in itself. So here is an important point to realize. Red flags can come from you too. It's about how this person makes you feel and what it all makes you compelled to do. That could mean that you're triggered to operate on old trauma neurological scripts. The question, is he the one responsible for it, or are you just triggered to go to these old patterns? It could be both, but defaulting to old automations of your mind and not exploring the meaning of this or other red flags can lead you to repeating the same old patterns or just ditching the whole thing and staying stuck in perpetual singledom and fake safety. So let's avoid this stuckness. Watch this video till the end because I will reveal exactly how you need to handle red flags in the ways that nobody talks about them. What are some other red flags we know? They can be pretty much anything you perceive. We are all different, and what's okay for me may be a problem for you, but there's some common red flags. Common red flags include inconsistency, lack of empathy, disrespect towards your boundaries, and unwillingness to make future plans. There are so many. For instance, if someone is very kind with me but treats others disrespectfully and talks highly negatively about them, it's a huge red flag, a stadium size. If they talk about their ex in a highly negative manner without taking any responsibility, this can be a concern. They may be still stuck and attached to the ex. I don't want to be a therapist in this relationship. I want someone ready to love me and be there for me too. Some of these red flags are absolute deal breakers, and some are just potential concerns that we need to look into and discern if we want to continue dating someone. Get ready for a game changer. Stick around as I unlock the secret to masterfully navigating red flags, enabling you to sift through the noise and lay the foundation for a secure, fulfilling relationship with someone who truly matches your desire for deep, meaningful connection. Obviously, not knowing how to recognize red flags and then how to handle them doesn't work well, even if you are a great, attractive person and even if you meet a wonderful, relationship-ready man. You will find yourself in a painful cycle, either chasing partners who don't commit, enduring abusive behaviors, or being alone because everyone is a red flag. It's exhausting, it hurts, and frankly, you deserve better. In my Secure Love Creator program, I guide women through several steps that can help them spot red flags and deal with them easily. We dive into steps to handling past traumas so you can engage with your feelings and develop a keen emotional intelligence. Things become more natural this way. My favorite thing is when my clients feel repelled by the same kinds of men they used to be highly attracted to. They're now ready to fall for someone who treats them well instead of someone who makes them feel like they're not a priority. Leave me some love if you agree it's time we all adopt this kind of mentality. And of course, once my clients spot some red flags, they utilize love-building communication that helps them assert their needs and boundaries while allowing their potential partner to grow if they also want to make this relationship work. Love-building communication allows them to discern true red flags from triggers tied to previous heartaches. We also tap into the right partner radar, a technique I developed to help you find someone who is not only ready for a deep connection, but is also truly compatible with you. But I'm here to give you some quick tips you can start applying. You will be amazed how your dating life will change and what to speak about your self-confidence. First, here's something to remember. Your feelings are your guide when it comes to relationships. You have to feel both excited and secure with someone if you want to build a healthy relationship. So if you don't feel secure, it's a red flag. But our feelings aren't absolute truth. They shouldn't lead to conclusions without discernment. We need to integrate our emotional and rational brains. Listen carefully because here is the second important tip. So the second thing is to understand the nature of red flags. It's just a red flag. You need to figure out if it's a real concern. And for that, you need to communicate with the potential partner. So communication is another important aspect of dealing with red flags. First, you need to identify specific behaviors or lack of behaviors that trigger you. Keep in mind that those behaviors may not even be wrong. Based on different stages of courting, some of them may be just right, but you may be triggered and feel it's a red flag. So you communicate your expectations, needs, and boundaries. If he's your man, he will make sure that he grows with you. He will want to take care of your feelings if you express yourself from a place of self-love, not a place of resentment or complaint about his personality. Consider examples of plants. When you buy it, they come with a little instruction. How much water, light. The same way, you need to communicate when your needs aren't met. But depending on the courting stage, your expectations will be different. Someone that you just met doesn't owe you anything. and someone that is married to you should try to meet your needs. This is how you heal and acquire security. You stand up for yourself and allow him to be there for you. The point of red flags is to discern if someone is right for you and if they can be there for you in the ways you need them to be. But for this, you may need some healing to do. You may have to learn how to recognize and regulate your emotions and then how to express them without shame. A lot of us feel ashamed to ask what we need. If you need help with communication, I provide captivating communication scripts which you can download from down below. I teach you how to encourage more consistent pursuit from your partner. Ready to hear the final tip? It will help you finally end that chase cycle and allow you to meet quality relationship-ready men. This concept that I will share is so simple, but so many of you don't understand it. Because a lot of you allow your mind to drive your decisions without mindful pondering. Romantic relationships are triggering, so a lot of us wind up in those fight, flight, and other trauma responses. If you apply the following principle, you will give yourself a chance to make good decisions, not based on fears or old triggers. Ready to hear? Remember, genuine connection takes time to build and discern. So, with everything I suggested above, you need to allow some time. If your potential partner is rushing you into decisions, that's a monumental red flag. Take your time, especially if you lean towards anxious or avoidant attachments. Slow down the courting process to find that sweet spot that includes both security and excitement. Remember, red flags can be anything that bothers you. You need to be the one who defines it, but remember, you may be biased, so you need to check and see if these red flags are actually concerns. Red flags don't have to spell the end of a relationship, but they do require attention and action. By learning to identify and effectively address these warnings, you empower yourself to build the kind of relationship you want, the one in which your partner is also eager to be in a relationship with you, who also wants to grow to be with you, not someone who tells you they're not ready. Remember, in the world of love, you are not just a participant. You are in control. You don't have to be an over-functioning love seeker. You can feel empowered to create the kind of relationship you want. If this is something you want and are ready to start meeting relationship-ready men in the next 3 weeks, we should talk. Follow the link below.